OpenAI just dropped ChatGPT's Images 2.0, completely rebuilding their image generation architecture from scratch and officially retiring DALL-E. This new model treats images like a visual language, fixing almost every annoying issue we used to have with AI art. But before we dive into the crazy new features, you need to change how you write prompts. If you still use old comma-separated tags like masterpiece, 4K, trending on ArtStation, you will actually break the model and get a weird diagonal grid noise over your image. You must use natural flowing English and structure your prompts like a creative brief. Let's test the base instant mode and the new flexible aspect ratios, which now natively support everything from 3:1 ultra wide banners all the way to 1:3 vertical mobile formats. Go ahead and show the instant mode. I'm also going to be showing how you can do a 3:1 ultra wide aspect ratio just from the prompt alone. So here I'm going to copy and paste the prompt I already have. It says in a 3:1 aspect ratio, create a cinematic launch poster for a premium electric bike. Okay, and here I have it in auto for the aspect ratio, and it should be able to detect the 3:1 aspect ratio. So let's go ahead and give that a go. Okay, so here we can see this is indeed ultra wide 3:1 aspect ratio, and we made this happen specifying exactly what we wanted in English. We didn't have to adjust the aspect ratio or none of that. The biggest historical weakness of AI images was garbled, misspelled text. ChatGPT Images 2.0 fixes this with 99% accuracy for text rendering. Not only does it nail English, but it is now a polyglot model that flawlessly renders non-Latin scripts like Japanese, Korean, Chinese, Hindi, and Bengali. Let's create a multilingual poster. Okay, so here we're gonna create a Japanese lifestyle poster in Japanese, Korean, and Hindi. So let's see what we get for our output. Okay, awesome. The fact of the matter is that here the text isn't just placed basically like a sticker, right? The text is pretty much integrated into the design so you can see the proper spacing and the proper layer composition. This is some really good high quality stuff. You can generate high fidelity app screens and immediately use them as a visual reference to feed into coding agents. Okay, now let's go ahead and create a web design. Here I have a prompt. We can see we fed it this aspect ratio, and I'm basically just saying generate a high fidelity mobile app UI mockup for a personal finance dashboard. Let's go ahead and see what we get. Okay, awesome. Here I want to point out some really cool stuff. First of all, the aspect ratio. The aspect ratio is perfect. Take a look at the logical layout, the bottom navigation. Just look how realistic it looks. You know, if we would have taken a look at other AI models, it would have gotten something wrong, but this is just so powerful. The bottom navigation, the top bar, everything. ChatGPT Images 2.0 has first-class editing capabilities. It treats generation as a conversational loop. You can upload a rough input like a sloppy pencil sketch and have the model act as a thought partner to turn it into a polished, photorealistic asset. Okay, so now let's turn a rough pencil sketch into a photorealistic image. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to add a photo. I'm going to go to where the photo is and I'm going to attach it. Okay, so now that the rough pencil sketch is here, we're going to prompt it to turn this pencil sketch into a real image. There it is, so you guys can see the prompt yourselves. And there we have it. Let's compare the rough sketch to the actual photorealistic image. As you guys can see, this is super powerful, super realistic, literally out of this world, game changing. Now we are moving into the premium features. If you are on a Plus, Pro, or Business plan, you have access to thinking mode. The base model's knowledge cuts off in December of 2025. But with thinking mode, the model pauses, reasons about your layout, and searches the live web for real-time facts before it draws a single pixel. A massive pain point for AI creators has been keeping a character or style consistent across multiple images. By using thinking mode, you can ask for up to 8 images in a single prompt, and the model will maintain a perfect character, object, and style continuity across all of them. This is an absolute game changer for marketers and storytellers. Just a few days ago, AI models would break if you asked for a 3x3 grid. The spatial reasoning in Images 2.0 is so advanced it can now handle 10x10 grids, meaning 100 distinct elements in a single image. Let's push this model to its absolute limits. Now, as incredible as ChatGPT Images 2.0 is, it isn't perfect, and you need to know all its limitations. First, as I mentioned earlier, using old, comma-separated tags causes a diagonal grid noise bug that ruins the image. Second, it still struggles with physical and structural logic. It might draw a shoe with impossible laces or origami with impossible folds. Third, while flat text is amazing, text placed on 3D surfaces or steep angles breaks down quickly. Fourth, if you try to generate organic nature scenes, the model sometimes glitches out, creating repetitive, psychedelic textures that users are calling the LSD nature bug. Finally, unlike the 1.5 update, Images 2.0 does not natively support transparent backgrounds right now, so you'll still need to remove backgrounds yourself. But even with these quirks, this is the most powerful visual reasoning tool on the market today.